Happy Sunday. Let's do our Sunday night check-in. I'm Dana. This is Added Beauty. Let's talk about it. So, Sundays seem like they go so fast when you are thinking about time to go back to work and what that work week's gonna look like. For me, this week is gonna be a challenge. I am still working through some professional challenges where, let's say, some of the help that I should be getting, I'm not getting, and some of the blame that I should not be getting, I am getting. But we'll work through it one way or the other. On an average weekend, it feels like it flies by in general, even if, it weren't this kind of convoluted thing going on right now. It feels like sometimes you're working through the week, racing towards the weekend, hoping, for that time to decompress. But it shouldn't be all about the weekend, and you never can get, I'll speak for myself, I can never get in everything during the weekend that I want to do to catch up on, personal stuff that I wasn't able to do during the week because of work. And so I worked all weekend, even though I wasn't on call for this weekend. I think I got a number of calls. I solved a number of issues. And it's also time to do performance evaluations for all of my staff. And so I did some of those over the weekend too, to try to get a little bit ahead. Especially when someone's trying to call you the weakest link when you know you're not, then, you feel more obligated to want to do a little bit extra so, people can't say you didn't do enough. But that's stressful too, right? And we're supposed to be talking here about how you are finding more balance, finding more rest, more relaxation, all of those things, and kind of just adding that beauty to your life, right? So what did I do this weekend that was beautiful? I spent some nice time with my aunt and my son running around yesterday. That was good. I used to have to get an errand, so I still did in chores, right? So there was some dishwashing, there was some laundry, there was some running and picking up, prescriptions for folks, and a little bit of marketing, all of those things. And then today was nice because I allowed myself to stay in the bed a little bit longer, and I actually listened to church from the bed this morning. So I put on YouTube. There's a couple different pastors and churches that I follow. Chose one, listened to that message, and I actually keep my notebook nearby the bed, so I took a couple notes, and then it kind of rolled into another one of the services that I listened to, and so I just let that one play too. And then I kind of did some stretching, took my time kind of getting out of bed instead of trying to throw myself out of bed like I do on the weekdays. And, the usual, right? You shower and get yourself together. I think I don't probably get out of here until close to noon. And then I went over to my daughter's house. This is my house, my daughter's house, to have brunch with her. And she had made lobster bisque and a few other things. And it was really nice to spend the time with both kids and my new son-in-law. And so we had brunch. They have a particular love for brunch because I did that to them. And so we did that. She made some really nice potatoes with onions, and she had some salmon and some risotto from the night before. Threw that on the table. It was like bacon and other different things. There was a lot of stuff going on. It was really nice. And, juices and all the things. So we spent some time basically, hanging out, and let's see, a couple more little runs, came back home and I had all these intentions of doing all these things. And then I realized, you know what? It's Sunday. It's supposed to be my day of rest. I need at least one more day of rest. So, I mean, I still did stuff, but I didn't like push it too hard. I did fill out another application. Actually, this is video number 2 for today, which is good because I promised myself I'd do 40 and 40 during Lent. And Friday night, I was so like stressed out and tired and everything that I just didn't get to that one. And so I caught up on my Saturday, and today I'm catching up for my Friday and today. So here we go. My usual Sunday routine is usually church first thing in the morning, some kind of nice breakfast that I usually cook. Maybe I'll watch a couple of goofy Hallmark movies. I usually also have some homework to do. Hopefully it's just last touches. Did I spill a little bit of tea? I did. It's like a shelf that everything lands on, my goodness. Anyway, usually like a little bit of homework, self-care stuff that I'll do. It's usually a hair wash day. It's usually, you know, if you want to shave, or I like to do like a salt scrub or a sugar scrub. It's put all of your meds or vitamins and supplements in your weekly holder thing so you have them for the week. I kind of like load up my work bag. Usually I'll have some snacks for the office, or I'll bring another box of tea. I'm a big tea drinker, you may have noticed. And I'll bring like a couple new boxes of tea to have addition to my combination. And I kind of give some away to at my office for some of my employees if they're having a day or whatnot. You know, maybe we'll commiserate over having a sip of tea while we work. And what else? Some exercise. I'm not keeping up with that as well as I should though lately. I gotta work on that. I really like to do some kind of mindfulness thing, and I'm working more on journaling. And some of it is just taking notes of the thoughts that I have. It's not really like, not yet anyway, it's not like, okay, here's everything that happened today, and here's how I felt about it, and that kind of journaling. It's more of like taking notes of my ideas so that I don't lose it in that moment and I can come back to it. I noticed also that, you know, as I was filling my meds and stuff, I noticed I've been on the hormone replacement for, I guess, like a week and a half. And I noticed it's helping. Like, I haven't been having the hot flashes. Like, I'm a little shiny now, I can see, but it's because it's hot in here. It's not because I'm having a hot flash. And I have the lights on me and everything. But no, it's actually working and I feel good. Like, I haven't noticed any side effects yet. Keep you posted as we go. But, you know, just kind of like getting your ducks in a row for the week. I did not do any meal prepping. I should do that, and I'm gonna start doing that more. But this week it ain't happened because I didn't make it to the farmer's market yesterday, for one thing. So I do have some leftover things from the store, and my freezer's kind of bursting, I think. But I didn't have like all of my berries and hummuses and things like that to get it ready to go. One good thing, I didn't really do too much shopping. That's good. And I didn't do my weekend meander too much. I kind of covered it just from driving into LA and back, as I haven't been into LA so long. Just passing by stuff was kind of like, oh, when did that happen? But you know, it's constantly growing. I think I was able to talk over, what might my plans be a little bit better with my kids, to see how it affects them and what their thoughts are, if they have any intuitions also. I think we are a family of folks who kind of have that kind of a thing. A lot of times I'll have the same thought as one of my kids at the same time, or make the same gesture, or ask the same question, and all of the things. We're kind of in sync that way. And sometimes I can tell if they want to talk to me, and I'll be like, you rang? And you're like, yeah, I was going to call you. So, we just kind of talked about what life would look like with some of the changes that I'm considering. And I feel strangely at peace, even though a little weirdness happened. I cannot find my wallet. I don't know what that means. It's not lost. I don't think so. Unless it fell out in the parking garage of my building, it's not lost. Because I made it home with it last night. Nobody's been in the house. I just can't find it. Strangest thing, my son couldn't find it. I called my daughter. I was like, did I leave it at your house when we were over there? And she couldn't find it. I checked my accounts. Nothing's missing. Froze everything just in case. But it's not a matter of any kind of fraudulent thing. I just can't find it. And so it was just weird because, that's something that should freak you out, right? But I wasn't like stressed out about it. I had some peace about everything. Like, I'm just kind of like, yeah, God's got me no matter what. Either that, or I've just hit the wall and nothing matters anymore. But no, I know it's not that. I'm just being silly. I feel like we're gonna go through some things, and but it's all relative. Like, I was listening to this guy talk about how he'd come up really rough. Like, he had a really hard childhood, and then I guess at like 12 or 13, something happened and he got burned really severely, and he was in a burn ward. Interesting to note, I have a burn from when I was 11 months, 13 months, something like that, and it goes all the way down my arm. Can't really see it unless I hold up my arm and say, here, take a look. And most of the time I forget it's there. But then every once in a while, if I do raise my arm, somebody's like, what's that? So, I experienced being in burn ward and all of those things. I don't recall it very much. It's kind of like phantom. Is it really a memory, or is it kind of like what you imagine it would be? But at any rate, he's in the burn ward. He's in an exceptional amount of pain. And he's thinking in his poor little baby teenage life that he wants to be gone. And then he said at some point he looked over at another child that was brought into the burn ward, and it turned out it was a little girl, but she was like burned beyond recognition. Like, he said, everything just burned. And I guess he spent a moment and like had a realization of how much worse might it be for that poor baby. And not that it made him feel good, but that it reminded him that no matter how bad your situation is, it could always be worse, right? Could also be better, but it could also be much, much worse. Somebody always has it much worse than you do. And, I'm really working hard on staying focused in gratitude, and I have a lot to be grateful for and a lot of blessings. And so even though things are not perfect, and even though I can't find my stinking wallet, even though I'm going to walk back into some more stress and crazy tomorrow, even though, still single, it could be worse. I could have fallen for the scam. I didn't. I could have had any number of other things happen, and I didn't. Instead, I spent most of my weekend with family, had lovely meals, I'm blessed that I was able to do that, kind of high-end dining at home and, what I chose while we were out and about. And, I'm able to move, I'm able to talk, I'm able to all the things. So I don't really have much to complain about. And will it be a pain in the butt if I don't find my wallet in some kind of crazy way? Something happened? Of course. But look, maybe I'll get a new DMV picture. I don't know. But either way, I've realized that I can't let the stress of all of these things kill me. Like, I had some days last week where I was so stressed and so anxious from the things that I was being put through that I felt my body like vibrating, and just like not in a good way. It's like, and I just thought, man, I don't even want to know like what my blood pressure is right now. I don't even want to know what my blood sugar is right now. And then I thought, this is not worth it. Like, how dare you let somebody else put you in this space? Like, you know better. And stop it. And so I did. I'm just like, yeah, life is lifing. I think I looked at a little bit of news today, which is always a bad idea. And I saw, how bad it's popping in Mexico right now. And I feel horrible for those folks that are just innocent, trying to live their life and might be caught up in all this madness and nonsense. We have a lot of madness and nonsense happening in our own country here too. And innocent people are catching strays here too. And then, as far as I know, I'm relatively healthy. And there are some folks who are working through some pretty serious things. And so it's all relative. I think I also felt productive today, even though I said I wasn't going to do much work. I worked on my branding. And so as I get it together a little bit more with this channel and the things that I want to do, I just wanted to make sure that my message was sharper, because I know what I want to give to you. I wanted to make sure that it's going to come across that way. I really want to focus on like total wellness. So wellness and longevity. It's going to involve the things I know, the things I'm learning, and the things that I will continue to learn and take you along with me in the process. So, I know healthcare after almost 25 years, it'll be 25 years this May of working in healthcare. I know that. I know a lot of things about diet, exercise, nutrition. I'm learning more. I'll share that. I'm learning more about holistic treatments and wellness. I know some things, and I'm learning more, and I'll share that. And I want to work towards my own longevity, my own wellness, and I'll bring you with me. All of those things include mental, spiritual, physical, financial wellness, and peace, financial peace, physical, in your body, in your spirit, down deep in your sha-na-na peace. And just like resonant rest, just ability to relax, tune out the cuckoo for at least a while, so your nervous system can calm down, so your creativity can boil up, bubble up. And so your happy can come back out. Those are the things that are important to me. I'm going to bring you along with some products that I think go along with that. And it's also just things that I like too. That will add to that soft life feeling that we're looking for, that we've earned, that we pay for and don't always take advantage of. And yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that I would be able to convey these things, really be a benefit to other folks while I'm trying to be a benefit to myself. And so I did spend some more time just kind of cultivating that today, as opposed to running around, as opposed to, you know, I did some more. I'm looking down at my rug. I'm like, I did vacuum. I did a few things. I was pretty productive. But I also still want to do some Sundays where I don't do anything, you know, or maybe it really is just another Sunday meander day. I'm going to have to be more deliberate about that, like plan for doing nothing. Because if I don't, I end up filling the days with various somethings. But I think if I plan to just, yeah, we ain't doing it today, don't bug me, I may get a little further. The type of job I have, I still get calls no matter whether I'm on call or not on call. And sometimes that's frustrating too. You want to be able to unplug. But maybe the next one won't be like that. Maybe it'll just be in rotation. Because, you know, some of that's okay. But moderation is good. It shouldn't be that you expect that, or your bosses expect that you work literally 7 days a week. You know, today included, oh, I need to report out about this impromptu because of something that happened. And yesterday was other things as well. I think talking to colleagues and stuff, they're saying similar things, that they feel somewhat resentful that they don't get any time to themselves. They feel like they're never catching up, and they don't get to relax. They don't get to rest and sleep. And it's not sustainable. And I don't think that over time it really helps you be your best, you know, at productivity, because you just work in a constant state of tired. So I think we should look at rest as necessary for our health, but also for our productivity, also for our creativity. I don't think you can come up with your best work, your best ideas, if you're exhausted. And so we'll start again. We're going to start again. Tomorrow's a new day. I'm going to go and give it my 110%. I always do. But when it's time to go home, I'm going to try to have some time to myself. And I advise, or I suggest, or just remind you, think about that too. Like, the work's going to be there the next day. Do as much as you can up until a point, and then give yourself grace. Give yourself time to recharge, so then you start again the next day and keep going. I'm looking forward to working the plan that I came up with. And you know I'm going to keep you posted. So I guess that's my Sunday wind down. I didn't have wine. I'm still nursing my cup of tea. And still a little warm. It's not as hot as it was before, but you can see I'm working my way down. And there's one of the people who watched this before, and I happen to use this cup again. I collect, she said, that's a big A cup of tea, and yes, it is. But, you know, one of the things we gotta do is stay hydrated and moisturized. And I'm working on that too. So I will see you tomorrow because I am working on my 40 days hard. Hopefully it won't be too hard, but we're gonna do it whether it's hard or not. And I'm gonna keep that promise to myself. Have a wonderful night. Have a great week. Add some beauty to your life. Maybe add something beautiful to your bag to carry with you to work, or put on a pretty scarf or a pin or fun earrings. Something that gives you a little extra pep in your step. Add that beauty. And don't forget to take out some time, maybe during the day, if you start to feel a little anxious, just close your door or find a quiet corner and just plant your feet flat so you can ground and kind of, sit up and take that breath. Do it about 3 times, 3 cleansing breaths. You should be filling up your stomach, not just your lungs. You should be filling up your stomach with the air. Hold it for a second and then let it go. Blow out longer than you breathe in, and watch how it helps to send that extra oxygen to your brain, helps to clear a little bit of fog, as well as helps to relax you. It's just a simple thing, and it's free. Just takes a second. It's also good to do before you clap back to somebody who said something crazy to you too. All right. Have a great evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend. Thank you.